What's up, everybody? My name is Tommy Griffith. I'm one of the co-founders of ClickMinded. Today, we're going to be talking about world-class, personalized AI copywriting at scale. This is an exact step-by-step tutorial on how I do AI copywriting in 5 minutes or less. Now, if you've been using AI for any amount of time, you know that the generic, non-customized, non-contextual responses you get from ChatGPT are very bad. You should not be using ChatGPT for just generic outputs. They're extremely predictable, they're extremely detectable, they use way too many M dashes. What you should be doing is giving a lot of context. The problem is if you're doing copywriting for any amount of time, needing to re-prompt and re-remind and recontextualize everything is incredibly tiresome and cumbersome. So I want to show you exactly how I scale up copywriting using the ClickMinded project agent. So the website we'll be using today is retroaddicts.com. This is our completely made up website we use for tutorials. It is a vintage video game e-commerce website. They sell Nintendos and Super Nintendos and Sega Genesis and Game Boys. So imagine this vintage video game e-commerce website came to us. We're a digital marketing agency or a consultancy, and they asked for our help. This is the site we'll be using for our demo. So to accomplish this today, we're going to be using the ClickMinded project agent. The ClickMinded project agent is essentially a centralized place where all the information about the business lives. And once it's uploaded there, we can simply talk to it like a normal chatbot and ask it to do things for us, digital marketing requests, analysis. All of the data we have about the business goes there, and then we can simply ask it questions, farm out work to it. Everything happens in one place. So first, let's set up a new project and add all the business information to it. So I'm in the back end of the ClickMinded members area now, and on the left-hand side, I'll click Create. This takes you to all of our tools in one place, and I'm gonna go over to Create New Project. Now there's two different options for you under Create New Project. There's Quick Mode and there's Manual Mode. Quick Mode allows you to enter just a URL. We'll then go and scrape that site, gather as much information as we can about it, and use that. Or I could do Manual Mode. And I'll just take a look here briefly at what that is. You can enter your domain, brand name, type of business, describe the product, key features, the pricing model, describe the target audience, multiple versions there, social proof, any testimonials or quotes that you have, and then the country and the language that you're optimizing for. But that was just an example. We're going to use Quick Mode today and take a look. So all I need to do is go to Quick Mode and type in the domain, retroaddicts.com, and I'll click Analyze Website. And there we go. That only took a couple of seconds, and all of that data is now pre-populated. So there's the domain, retroaddicts.com. Retroaddicts is the brand. The type of business, we're going to make some small changes here. This is not just an e-commerce business. It is a vintage video game e-commerce business. Authentic retro Nintendo consoles and games. Let's add a couple more. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Sony, and N64. Quality retro console sourced nationwide, free shipping on orders, restoration, that looks good. Pricing model, most games are $50 or less, let's say. Audience information, 90s kids looking for nostalgic gaming experiences. Let's also add a couple more, maybe eBay resellers and antique collectors and vintage enthusiasts. Social proof. We could add any quotes or testimonials we have here. Best website ever from Johnny Appleseed. And country and language is US English, and we'll click Create Brand Project. All right, so that only took a couple of minutes, and now we are good to go. So all of that data is inside the ClickMinded project agent now. Just a couple of things before we get going. First, you can make modifications to any of the data you gave us by clicking Edit Brand Info in the top left. So you can see all of that listed out here. If you want to make any changes or something happens in the future where you need to do an update, you can go in there and make changes. We also have the ability to add your brand voice. So if there's anything in particular that you want to add, you can, Quick Mode or Manual Mode. You could give us some content samples if you'd like. If you have a couple of URLs, we'll generate a brand voice for you based on past content. Or you could do Manual Mode. You can actually tell us, hey, make it friendly and conversational, make it serious and direct. you can let us know either one of these and we'll add all of those changes to all the recommendations we give you. Once both of those things are done, all you need to do is simply talk to the project agent. You can talk to it like a regular person. You can ask it, what can you do? Tell me about my target personas. Give me a lead magnet. Give me a blog post. Repurpose a blog post. Ton of different options for you here. All you need to do now that you've given us the data is simply talk to us. Okay, so since we have the business information in the project and we also have our brand voice done, now all we need to do is interact with the project agent, and we can ask it for anything. We can ask it for a blog post, we can ask it for sales copy, we can ask it for an email sequence, all within one window. I'm gonna do something like generate a blog post for the term retro video game consoles for sale. And there we go, that only took a couple of minutes, and our retro video game consoles for sale post is all done. So we have our core keyword at the top, the target audience, nostalgic gamers, the top 5 competitors and where we got our inspiration from, the differentiator in the blog post. So this tool goes out, it finds the top 5 sites ranking for that term, it looks at all of them and it finds any gaps that they might be missing and adds that context to the post. It adds in the weaknesses of the other posts that are currently ranking. Possible titles, possible meta descriptions you can copy to your clipboard. And here is the blog post in our brand voice with all the context of the business. If the chime of a Super Mario coin still triggers goosebumps, you're in the right place. It's a strong start. So here is our entire post. It only took a couple of minutes to generate this, all in the brand voice. Absolutely incredible, very strong blog post. Now let's generate some sales copy. How about something like, generate sales copy for a page dedicated to retro video game consoles for sale. And here's our sales copy generator. So all of the sales copy was created in the context of the business with the brand voice as well. We break it down on the right-hand side into chunks and segments. The first section is the big problem. Then it's the vision of success, the contrarian angle, and the aha discovery moment. Turns out the rarest part of retro gaming isn't the cartridge. It's trust. Introducing the product, meet retro addicts, restored consoles, your childhood reloaded. Social proof, features, and the conclusion along with the target persona listed down below. So as you can see here, what we were able to do is give the ClickMinded project agent all the context of our business, give it some additional brand voice, and then using the ClickMinded project agent, we can scale up that copy personalized as much as we want. And now I can do something like generate a standard 3 email sequence about retro video game consoles for sale. And the email pitch that was generated in just a couple of minutes. We have our 3 email sequence for our brand, subject line options, pre-header options, and the body of the email that we can copy to our clipboard. Everything written in our brand voice. Think your old SNES still works? Don't count on it. I'll never forget the sound it made when I hit power. Email number 2, the pitch, that's introducing the solution. And email 3, the pitch, build urgency, and close. So that's it. That's a high-level overview of how to have custom, personalized, world-class copywriting using AI. Now I have a challenge for you. If you've done any copywriting recently and you're considering revisiting it, or maybe you have an upcoming copywriting project, try this tool out. Come to ClickMinded, create a project, add all the context for the business, modify the brand voice, and then use either the blog post generator, the sales copy generator, or the email sequence generator, and see how much content you can scale up in your own personalized voice. There's a link down below to try it right now. Thanks a lot.